Good morning, folks. We're going to be getting on to a flashcard session here, and this pertains to federal law, regulation, and taxation. Very interesting subject. And what we have here is Uncle Sam. So, first card on the board is what types of taxes commonly affect real estate. Ad valorem are taxes that are assessed annually by local governments, including school districts, based on the value of the property. Income taxes are paid by individuals and corporations annually based on taxable income. Individual taxpayers who use the standard deduction may deduct up to $10,000 of state and local taxes as an itemized deduction, and interest paid on up to $750,000 of housing loans. Greater loan amounts apply to housing loans prior to 2018. Rental property owners include rental income on tax returns. They may deduct ordinary and necessary operating expenses, interest expense, and tax depreciation expense. Losses may be limited. Okay. Again, these are current since these cards were printed, I believe 2020, so those numbers could change. But the tax they're talking about in regards to this card is ad valorem taxes, income taxes. Okay. What are some hazardous substances that are commonly found in houses? What are some of the hazardous substances that are commonly found in houses that are regulated by a federal agency, as this being a federal debt? Hazardous substances commonly found in houses include asbestos, lead-based paint, urea formaldehyde, radon, leaking petroleum storage tanks, especially underground tanks, pesticides and herbicides. Stigma is a negative reputation that can remain after a cleanup. A property is said to be stigmatized. Okay, so once a property has been found to have one of these items, and it generally carries what's called a stigma. Okay, but the hazardous substances commonly found in a house include these items: asbestos, lead-based paint, urea formaldehyde, radon, leaking petroleum, typically underground tanks, pesticides and herbicides. Okay. What is the annual percentage rate? APR. Okay, the APR is an effective rate of interest for a loan per year. Regulation Z in the Truth in Lending Act required that this rate be disclosed. For example, Abel gets a loan for $50,000 at 8% interest plus 2 discount points, payable over 30 years. Because the discount points, Abel has effectively borrowed $49,000 but must repay $50,000. With interest on $50,000, considering the effective amount borrowed, the annual percentage rate is 8.21. Okay. APR. Includes the discount points. Okay, and when and to whom does Truth in Lending apply? What is Regulation Z? When and to whom does Truth in Lending apply? What is Regulation Z? Nice explanation here for you. Remember, you can pause this video at any time and take in all this beautiful information. Generally, Truth in Lending, also known as Regulation Z, put those two together because they're a known bit and they're going to be on any test, applies to each individual or business that offers or extends credit when 4 conditions are met. Generally, Truth in Lending, also known as Regulation Z, applies to each individual or business that offers or extends credit when 4 conditions are met. The credit is offered or extended to consumers. When 4 conditions are met, the offering or extension of credit is done regularly. The credit is subject to finance charge or is payable pursuant to a written agreement in more than 4 installments. The credit is primarily for personal, family, or household purposes. Regulation Z is included in a TRID for most residential mortgages loans after October 2015. Regulation Z is included in TRID after October 2015. Okay? Truth in Lending, Regulation Z. What is a closing disclosure? It's a disclosure for closing. This will tell you what it's included. A form required by TRID to be given to mortgage loan borrowers at least 3 days before closing that details loan features, costs, and expenses. Okay. 3 days by law. What is a loan estimate? Loan estimate is a 3-page form required by TRID to be given to mortgage applicants that provides a list of estimated mortgage costs and expenses. Okay. What does TRID stand for? What is the purpose of TRID? If you don't know, I'm going to give you the answer right now. And remember to study this in three times to help you store it. TILA, RESPA, Integrated Disclosure. TILA, RESPA, Integrated Disclosure. TRID. Truth in Lending Act, Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act, Integrated Disclosure. Okay. Applies to most residential mortgage loans applications on or after October 2015. The purpose: to provide loan cost disclosure to borrowers so they can know before what they owe. The current statement, Hud-1 Statement, is also a known disclosure. Hud-1 Statement. Okay? But a TRID, Truth in Lending Act, Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act, Integrated Disclosure. Okay? Maybe 2 more here. What is the Fair Credit Reporting Act? What is the Fair Credit Reporting Act? FCRA. Fair Credit Reporting Act. There's a good statement right here. Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA, is a federal law that allows individuals to examine and correct information used by credit reporting services. It is a federal law that allows individuals to examine and correct information used by credit reporting services. Consumers have numerous rights under this Act. For example, each of the nationwide consumer reporting companies, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, is required to provide you with a free copy of your credit report at your request once every 12 months. You may also get a free credit report if you are denied credit. Go to this ftc.gov, get more information. An example is Abel wishes to purchase property from Baker under an installment land contract. Baker refuses to make the contract because Abel's poor credit rating. Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Abel may demand disclosure of Baker's source of information and then take steps to correct any misinformation in the report. All right, that's a really important piece of information, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And you know that the Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, you can get free copies of your credit report every 12 months. And I would suggest that you do that to see if there are any errors. Okay guys, hey, thanks a lot, and we will talk to you soon. Take a break, 20-25 minutes, clear your head. This will help you file the information, come back and watch another. Okay? Thank you.